Transnet has received a R5 billion loan from the New Development Bank of the BRICS countries to improve its freight rail infrastructure. The loan will be guaranteed by the South African government. This emerged at the 9th annual meeting of the New Development Bank. The deal was signed by Transnet Group CEO Phillips and the president of the New Development Bank, Dilma Rousseff, today. SABC News senior reporter Bulelani has more.
We are coming from the Cape Town International Convention Centre, where the 9th annual meeting of the New Development Bank Summit is being held. Of course, this year's theme, investing in the future. The big news coming out of this conference today is that Transnet will receive a R5 billion loan from the New Development Bank to improve its freight rail infrastructure. R5-billion is the group treasurer for Transnet, and he now joins me to talk more about this loan. Firstly, Andre, let's talk about freight rail, the recovery plan for Transnet. This R5 billion, is it going to be enough to actually make sure that you recover?
So, Bulelani, it will make a huge difference. It will make a huge contribution to the requirement for this year. You will recall that, or you might be aware of the fact that we need to spend around 27 billion in capital investments this year. So the R5 billion that we have signed today will certainly contribute to the capital investment, and specifically around the transit freight rail.
And the funding gap, how do you intend to fill that?
So the overall funding gap for this year, I think you might recall that a couple of weeks ago we announced that we secured $1 billion from the African Development Bank. That's about 18 billion rand. And then we also have some other initiatives that we are pursuing. And they are quite advanced. So I think we are fairly comfortable as Transnet that we will be able to close the funding gap for this year. I think it's also quite an improvement from what we've seen in the past. We were able to secure the 47 billion from government in terms of the government guarantee, and that is supporting our funding initiatives. So I think we, from a recovery plan perspective, we are on the right track. I think we are securing the funding to execute on the recovery plan, and we're confident that it will bear the fruits. The intention is to move volumes to the tune of about 170 million tons this year, and that's our target, and the investment will certainly enable part of that achievement.
And just looking in the future outward, at which year are you expecting that you'll be saying that we're now comfortable that our freight rail system is operating optimally?
Yeah, so Bulelani, interesting question. I think you might recall that we are dealing with years of backlog and underinvestment in the overall infrastructure, and we will take some time to catch up. I do not want to venture a date and a time that we say this is when we will catch up, because I think the underinvestment has resulted in a very fragile network and infrastructure system, and that is what we seek to repair over the next couple of years.
And your balance sheet at the moment?
Balance sheet is, I think, the one thing that is in the public domain, and this funding is certainly helping us from a balance sheet perspective, because what we've done with this particular funding initiative through the NDB, it's funding that matures in the next 25 years. The last 4 or 5 years, Transnet was not even able to raise funding with a maturity of about 3 years. So this is quite a significant change. It will certainly help us from a balance sheet. It will reduce some of the risk that we have in terms of refinancing of our debt. It will also help us. You can imagine, with being a development finance institution, the funding comes with quite concessional terms, and it will then help the cost of funding over time.
And what are those concessional terms?
No, so it is the pricing because of the government guarantee. It is also influenced by the cost of funding of the particular DFI. So those are unfortunately, these are contractual terms that I think is part of the agreement that we have, and they remain confidential at this stage. We will, as soon as we've concluded the entire process, share with the public in terms of some of the details around the facility. It will also be reflected in our annual financial statements.
Thank you so much. We wish you all the best. R5-billion is the group treasurer for Transnet.